Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just to the west of you, Coach, on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? Check 45 tonight. We got it. Ready?
On first down, it's Newton. And his first look is incomplete. And here now the offense for Carolina.
And they come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A second straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey, fighting through pressure. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for the Panthers. 54 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. The shotgun snap for Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. Leading them out at QB is the former North Carolina Tar Heel, Mitchell Trubisky.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Long, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First carry for Royce Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. And with this offense, what about DJ Fluker?
Came out of Alabama, could play tackle, could play guard. He's so big, Brandon, I think he plays both at the same time.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
18. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. I don't think you got it, son.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's got Evans. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Red, check 99. 59's Mike. 59's Mike.
Here's Trubisky to throw. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Again, it's Trubisky. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete, and they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14.
Check 24, check 24. Motion.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Keep playing hard.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, first and 15.
Watch the curls. Motion. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Now it's Trubisky, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and it almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready? Not today. Check.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
McCaffrey, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Fielded just inside the 20. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Check hot route. Hot. Alert. Hey, ball. 59. Mike's 59. You got nothing today.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Evans. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Check. 59. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Long. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Strong left. At the 17-yard line. Hey. 4 down. Shift. Hey, 18. Mike, check. 59.
From the 17, Trubisky escapes the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Jordan Willis, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
Lock in. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Here we go.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. His throw caught right around the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And the shovel pass to the running back goes for no yardage, but they used to call that the Utah pass, made famous by Coach Cactus Jack Curtis and his quarterback, Lee Grosscup.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
54. Mike, 54.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Throwing is Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Newton delivers this one to McCaffrey. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Let's go.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're on to something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. A well-executed 22-yard gain. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. To the air again, Newton. And it's caught.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Ready? 180. 45.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's Newton. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And the Panthers in for the score.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-7. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak that the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Let's go. Hey, 18. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another 1st down.
54 Mike. Here we go.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Oh, he's thinking end zone. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start the second half here with Williams. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down now, Long. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
180! Mike is 59. Mike to 59. All right. Here we go. Let's go. Alert, 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 alert.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
180! Mike's 59! Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
180! Check, 59. So don't say nothing.
They go play action with Trubisky. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16.
It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Trubisky. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Newton. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And shoving his way inside the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the red zone now, Newton. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarter? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Watch the pass.
On first down, it's Freeman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Squeeze, squeeze, double, double.
Freeman again. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let him know, let him know.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run on 1st down. Freeman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Newton to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 3rd and long. It's Newton. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So now let's look at the situation. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, so barring a first down, they could conceivably get the ball back.
So now it's all about defense and stopping the clock. Don't give up any yardage, right? Use your timeouts. And your offense always practices going downfield without timeouts. You know, those 2-minute drills, most of them are run in practice without the benefit of timeouts. They want to make it as tough a situation as possible. They're in it right now.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, G.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Ran. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Here it comes.
Trubisky to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's it, baby.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So now Newton and the Panthers down by 9. A little over a minute and a half remaining. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. Newton to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now Newton. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Newton. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
59 Mike, 59 Mike.
Now it's Trubisky. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. Boy, that got pretty close to disaster. Going for 2, you cough it up. They almost returned it all the way to the other end for 2 for themselves.
You think a lecture on ball security is in order here? Because and it's not just taking care of it, it's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
Let's go, boy, bring it up.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they're going to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Are you getting ahead? Are you getting ahead?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Bucs, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.